Hello everyone and welcome to another Warleader PvP video. It is still update 5.2 and I'm still rank 8 in this video. But we'll go ahead and start off. Now this is a 1 versus 1 of me versus a ranger. And I started off here, I'd come back. This is the same evening as that other fight that I showed you. And I saw that symbol over my head and I realized, oh, it's a ranger. So I started recording, ranger attacks, and off we go. Anyway, the last two videos have basically just been me getting clobbered by freaks, and I just want to show you that I am not actually that easily beaten, and I actually do know what I'm doing. Freaks have an upper hand, and I'm not going to say that the people I was fighting did not work hard for their wins, because they did, but by no means am I a slouch. I do know what I'm doing here, and you're going to see that very shortly here. After all, how many people solo a ranger? Alright, now I have dropped into commander stance here. It is time to get working on surviving. He is feeling very, very hopeful because he's got me down to 7,000, but what he doesn't know is that I'm just not going to die for him. I'm going to be potting his fire as soon as it pops back up. I should be hitting that key about now. There it is. So that is probably one of the biggest things for fighting a ranger, is remember to carry those wound pots and get rid of that fire dot every time they put it up. Now this ranger is doing one thing that I don't see most rangers do that is incredibly smart, and that is he's put the mark of the Dunedain over my head and he's left it there. That thing makes it so I basically have almost no block, and it takes away all of my parry and evade rating, which means that every time he's making an attack, it hits pretty much, because I get no avoidances. Now, if more rangers would actually do that, they could actually be a far more effective force than Antmors. And if a ranger wanted to actually make a serious difference in proper outnumbered conditions, then what you would want to do is you would want to coordinate with other people, namely whatever freaks are out there. Tell them which target you're going to kill, throw that mark over its head, and then start putting some damage on. But the freaks around you would do most of the real damage by focusing on the guy while he's got no avoidances and blowing him up. Now the ranger has tried to run away already, but I've gone ahead and tracked him. He did not go far enough away, and I'm also after his blood. Now you notice I do have Arv Command turned on, because I want to keep on putting as much melee damage as possible into this guy. And I've also got Commander stance right now, mostly just because of the fact that he was putting out a ton of damage and he's still got a fair amount of power available to himself right now. But I have gone ahead and switched over to Brawlers because I am fairly high up as far as health goes, and he is running, so I just want to be putting damage on this guy as far as it goes, as much as I can. And notice he does have that outnumbered buff, so he is playing the Ranger when it's supposed to be played, which is when you're outnumbered, even if he is just soloing around with it. But hey, I believe the freaks own most of the map at this particular point in time on this evening, so whatever. Gotta say, guys who walk around jumping up and down really don't accomplish much of anything. They really don't. They don't impress anyone. They don't impress me. They don't impress their friends. It looks, well, very much like the people that are playing the character doing it probably are fairly retarded. He's over 2,000, so he finally thinks that he has enough power to actually go ahead and attack or something. I don't know what. Fired off an attack that apparently gave him some more power, so I guess he's feeling confident or something. Go ahead and drop back into commander stance, and well, I'm just going to out-tank his damage output and show him what's what. Again. Healing, healing, doing damage. Kiting around. Ranger is not very good at his movement. That's another thing you typically notice about guys who want to bounce up and down. They typically don't have much of a clue when it comes to strafing and kiting and melee movement and mobile meleeing and stuff. Of course, he is playing a ranger. I mean, there's not a whole lot of options as far as moving around because he's got a lot of reduction skills. But seriously, most of the movement that we see this guy doing is straight line running away. really should have stopped sooner while I was still standing still and tried to attack. Stopping and then turning around wasn't that good at all. I don't know, maybe he's trying to figure out what exactly he's supposed to be doing. Now, if I remember correctly, Lugazag is actually red. I think most of the rest of the map is blue, but Lugs is red, so he cannot run into the res circle, or he will get killed. And this particular ranger is obviously very intent on staying alive, otherwise he would not have run away at all from me, and he would have just stayed there until one of us died. It would have been him, spoiler alert. But no, instead he is running away. He is kind of angling towards Dargazag to a certain extent, but not so much. Turning around running back there was definitely a mistake. If he kept walking, he would have gone out of combat, could have gone into stealth, and potentially gotten a bit more distance on me. Although I would have just popped another tracker as soon as I dropped combat, which is about 3, 4, 5 seconds after Freaks dropped combat. Unfortunately, he did not get a crit there, so he's still walking away at full speed, but I'll get another chance in 10 seconds. Also, he's done at 25,000, 24,000 thanks to that Reaper. So, we'll see. He's back at 2.5k for his power, so he's turned around and decided to take another shot at dropping me. I'm guessing this Ranger is fairly optimistic because, well, he hasn't had any success these other 2 times. I don't know what he thinks is going to change about this time. Although I guess I am kind of low on power here. It's definitely not like I'm a Warleader who has a whole lot of practice fighting at the bottom of his power pool or anything like that, right? Oh, wait a minute. Did get the interrupt on the heal, but it looked like this guy is a practitioner of the double tap because it got that thing off and it was firing pretty much immediately afterwards, which is the way it's supposed to be done. 20,000. Stopped it right there. I don't know why I just stopped targeting him for the moment, but I did. I went ahead and dropped Banner of Terror. I just want to slow down his damage for a little bit since I am very low on power, and also kind of convince him to run away. I've got approximately 34 seconds, 32 seconds, something like that, before my power pot comes off cooldown, but I should have no trouble surviving until then. He's only got 1.600 on his power pool, and I've still got over 8,000, so I should be alright. Right here, just demonstrating the power of actually mobile meleeing, strafing around and all that. Go ahead, pop that fire dot. And there we go, power pot off cooldown. And there went his chance at killing me. That's probably one of the closest he's come so far. You know, it's definitely his best chance at it. But alas for him, he missed it. He's now under 20,000 health. So keep this up a bit longer, I will have it. I went ahead and let him get a bit further away, but I wanted to get that other heal off. I did not want to chase after him with 6,000 health, because if he starts to get a lot of power, that's an easy way to get yourself killed. And he's gone and disappeared there. I believe he dropped combat, but that's okay because I've dropped combat and I am tracking him now. And there he is. And I walk forward and pow, slow. Fortunately, he's already back up to 31,000 because of the regeneration from out of combat. So that means that I've got a lot more health to chew through to get him back down to where he was. 20,000, as a matter of fact. Vanished once again. I believe that his in-combat stealth skill came off cooldown, so we finally popped that once more. Fortunately, these other guys around me are being very helpful. They went ahead and tracked him and popped him out of stealth so I can stay on him and continue this fight. I didn't really get a chance to gain anything as far as regeneration of health in that particular round, but he is back at a full power pool, so I think he's going to attempt something here. Although maybe he's learned his lesson. Nah, that's not likely. Come on. Once again, get the crit, so he's slowed down. And we're back on top of him. Run, Ranger, run! Go, go, go! Flee! And at this point, I'm a little worried about him going towards Core Hollow, but then he decides to turn around. Looks like he is going to go ahead and put some damage on me, or try to. There's that -9 mark, that means he's going to give it an attempt. And went ahead and did a stun. For all the good it'll do him. And running towards Core Hollow again, but now he does change direction. Now he's following the road. This road does lead to the crossroads. And his goal now is actually to run to Elf Camp. And unfortunately for all of us, he does make it into Elf Camp. I'm unable to finish him off. I don't call for everyone else to get on top of him soon enough. If I called for everyone to get on him by the time we got across the river, then we potentially could kill him. But I did not. I will call that fairly soon here. And fairly soon, I also stopped recording just because I'm running into lag and other stuff, and it's just taking too long. So I end up doing that, and we don't finish it off. But all that happens is he runs into Elf Camp, and I do not pursue because I know that I will not survive with all those NPCs in Elf Camp shooting at me. There was the end of the video. But the best part about that entire thing was not only that I beat the Ranger, although I did not get the kill, so I'm not fully satisfied on that. That list is still not complete. But later someone came over and informed me about what the Ranger said in OOC, and basically that Ranger threw a hissy fit and was complaining about why was no one helping him against evil Warleader, why weren't they healing him, blah blah blah. Yeah, that made me feel a bit better. So anyway, even though I'm getting killed a lot here, I show videos of me getting killed because there's something to learn there, and because I'm not really interested in showing a perfect image of myself or anything like that. I don't need to boost my ego by showing people, oh, look at me killing all this stuff. At the same time, though, don't get the wrong impression. I do know how to play my class. I consider myself as a competent war leader. I will not claim to be anything more than that. That's enough for me as far as I'm concerned. And being competent means that if you are not very well built and playing your class at least decently, you are not really going to have any shot at killing me without help. Anyway, that's all for this time, so good luck and have fun out there. Ugmog is out.